Good morning, people. Good morning. Yes, this is Spirit Journey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is good old Sunday, Sunday, February 6th, 2022. Um, the time is about 6:58 a.m. in the morning. You guys know that Spirit Journey is interested when sunrise comes out. Well, sunrise today is at 7, and I want to capture that time on my screen. Too bad, the buildings are tall, so I can't actually show you the sun rising up. But I'm still fascinated when I have the knowledge that a particular thing happens in the sky. Yeah, I enjoy seeing the sunrise. I enjoy looking at the sky and seeing it turn from black to bright. It's a fabulous time. Yes, I like the dawn of the day and I like dusk. Very beautiful time. It's really, for me, very soothing. Yeah, so we got about, see, my clock there is actually, like 1 minute slow. So um, it's, so when it hits 59, uh, it's probably like 7 o'clock. Yes, yes, yes. I love this time of day. You look at my little boy. It's my little baby boy. Yeah, he wants to come up. Yeah, you want to come up also? Okay, so so it's probably welcome sunrise. So it's about 7 o'clock. Give it take a few seconds. Good morning, 7 a.m. Good morning, sunrise. Yeah, let me get my little boy. Come on, you get up. Okay, come on, come. Okay, let me try to get him. Sorry, let me just get him. Sorry about that. Yeah, he wanted to climb up, so I wanted to get him. All in the family. Get all my babies together. Yeah. Good morning, sunrise. So that's the lily, lilac, and lavender. And we welcome the sunrise. Good morning, 7 a.m. Good morning, sunrise. What a beautiful time of the day. Yep. Yes, every day uh, at this season, the sunrise comes 1 minute earlier. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm amazed with the cycles of the seasons. And growing up, I never really noticed that. I mean, I did not know that it's actually increments of time. See the little bird? Yeah, here. We have seagulls here, and they're big. They're big, the seagulls. Yeah. Uh, Remember the story I gave out? It was just a couple of years ago. I was walking to the pier, and it was very snowy. And I was the only one out there on the pier. And all of a sudden, as I got like halfway down in the pier, a swarm of seagulls came, surrounded me above my head, and I thought someone wanted to actually land on my body. I was scared. I kind of froze, and I had my cell phone, my smartphone. I think was in my hand, and then, so I had to like turn it on to show it what was going on. Yeah, I wasn't fast enough to get above my head. They like landed all of a sudden, like they were all swarming above my head, just what seemed to be inches from my head, and then it just landed on the ground and just surrounded me. I have a feeling that yeah. See, I was wearing a green army jacket. It was an Italian one, But yeah, the field jackets, they all kind of look similar, you know. And I speculate that maybe someone wearing that type of coat had fed them in the past. So you see, even little seagulls, big little seagulls, could generalize even amongst humans, right? We all generalize. We have, it's how we navigate in this world, certain things, certain expectations. It's a way of navigating, a way of, at times, protecting yourself. And this is New York City. And here, that's a bird, a seagull, could have an expectation based on what you are wearing. Okay? Again, I'm speculating what could have been because, see, I've gone to that park other times, but that time, that happened to me. It was so dramatic. And I was so frightened because, in New York City, we have a lot of birds. We have pigeons. When you go within the city, Manhattan, you have the pigeons, and they're um, in the parks and everything like that. They're all over, pigeons. And sometimes they gather and then they fly away. But they don't fly away and to land on people's head. In general. Now sometimes you can have someone at a bench, a park bench, and they might be feeding the pigeons, even though that's a no-no in New York. You're not supposed to feed the birds, the wildlife, they say. Do not feed wildlife. It encourages rats, and I told you about the rats in New York City, big ones. Yeah, I think it was last year. Last year there was a really, really bad scene of large rats gathering boldly along 8th Avenue. Because remember, I would get up early and walk my dogs. Yeah, I would be at this time. Okay, this is 74, so it's really like 7:05 a.m. He's digging in there, my little boy. Yeah, so it's about 7:05 actually. My clock is a little slow. And what was I just saying? Yeah, I would be outside in the park at this time. Yeah, I'd be walking with my dogs. So maybe now, okay, as we see that it's bright outside now at 7. So now I could, okay, um, so now possibly I could leave at a little earlier and get to the park. Yeah, I miss, yes, good morning, my viewers, my dear viewers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I invite you to say hello in the chat room. Yes, it's going to be general talk. But with my talk, one conversation leads to another, and I know where I want to lead this to now. But yeah, I'm just giving you really like background information, how life is. That see, we all generalize, even the seagulls. Here I was I was on the pier by myself, full with snow, and these pigeons had an expectancy when I came in. And I speculate that it was to be fed. Yep, something. And I was afraid, boy. I could see birds like that. Birds generally don't approach people. Yes, sometimes when you're walking in the city and a pigeon gets startled and they fly by your head, to get, but they don't want to land in your head. Well, these pigeons, I mean, these seagulls, which are many, many times bigger. They're big, actually. I didn't realize how big they were until I got swarmed. And you see their wingspan. Man, I was scared. Yeah, because you just think, oh, you're just going to walk through or whatever, and then they'll go away. Well, they came because they wanted to come and do something, you know. And when the whatever what the expectancy they had, they saw that it wasn't going to happen. Then they just landed on the ground and they left me alone. So isn't it something, that here animals have common sense. They know enough when they realize they made a mistake. Oh, okay, then they just kind of back away. They just back away. We all, are learning. And many things, like what happens in New York City, there might have been expectancies because of past experience. And once you know that it didn't fit in that particular situation, then you say, oh, okay, you're becoming educated. You are becoming educated. But now, with this things that have been happening for the past 2 years, it seems like all our common sense, all our reasoning has gone out the window. Yes, it has gone out the window. Mm. Oh, I thought my glasses were there. Where my glasses go? I found them. Get them, put them on. Okay, good, the numbers are moving. Yeah, I get a lot of buffering now with my videos. But yes, there everything what's happening globally is out the window. How we treat one another has gone out the window. And even myself, I've been getting, yesterday I felt very antsy, very, a little edgy about certain things that's happening globally, American politics. Yeah, so I want to talk about now, socially what's going on within groups. Now, I like to feel like New York City. I love my city. This is good old New York City, where I live, where you see right now on the screen. This is New York City. And you have many, many, many different types of people. There are companies that make movies in New York City. Yeah, people make movies. And we see all the different types of people in New York City. And yes, with Hollywood, they do have their archetypes in, the characters. Basically, who you have in New York City. Okay, you have, yeah, whites and blacks. And within the white community, you have Italians, Irish, and Jews. And then you have the black community. They have someone what they call an urban black. They may show an occasion a West Indian, but basically you have the urban black. And then you also have Hispanics, and they also show them in a very urban uh, background, you know. Um, but in the movies, we all love seeing ourselves in movies, right? We like to see different types of characters and people that you could relate to. And so Hollywood makes them, generalize enough so you can see the archetype. Think of archetype as a flavor, as a scent, something that's identifiable. That when you taste it, you know what it is. And so it has to do that. But sometimes they go overboard. Now we have a Whoopi Goldberg. And she's been in Hollywood for many years, since the 1980s that I know. I think she was in the movie Color Purple, and is a very archetype character that people could easily identify as, oh, okay, she's playing this type of person. And many of us know recently that there's been a big scandal, which started, I think, Monday, last Monday. And I think it's unfortunate. Um, she's been in Hollywood was like close to 40 years. And she even the name Whoopi Goldberg is not her name. I did hear of it, but she, I'm sure, she did her name the way it did for a purpose. At first, I just took, I didn't know about names, surnames of people. Your name is what it is. That's all that I knew. But it's actually her stage name. And so why did she use that name change? I mean that stage name. And she probably had an expectancy of her doing it. One thing, it would make her stand out because the surname is a Jewish surname, or I should say Ashkenazi name, that is usually associated with a particular ethnic group within the white community. It's usually associated with Jews. But she has this name, and no, she's not from the Jewish community. But she chose that name for a reason, as a stage name, and the first name. And now, because of a statement she said on The View, that's a morning, a daytime program. I think it's really designed for women. They're all women panelists, that's sitting up there. And they try to get different groups, different types of people out there. And she's being suspended and listening to the the people who, they had the news outlets speak out against her very harshly. And what was it said, what she said in anger or malice or just an opinion? Opinion, But either way, her comment uh, caused the media outlets a frenzy. Now, when you say suspension, and I did talk about this earlier, earlier when I first heard about it. Suspension is really like you did something with the intent to harm, and something again to learn that you did something wrong. Now, I don't know when a comment of someone's political views could be something that's punishable. But now these days, okay, this is my elixir. I gotta, in the morning, you guys, I drink my water, and boy, the air has been extremely dry. Have any of you noticed how dry? Like you wake up, or let's say in the middle of the night, you feel like there's cotton balls in your mouth. It's so dry. Yeah, this never happened before. I wonder if it's 5G doing this. But man, it's been dry. Let me just get a few sips. Oh, that came out nice. Sometimes my elixir comes out very, very nice. So I'm not going to go through all that, with Whoopi, the details. But she's been suspended for 2 weeks, so she has a week and a day to go about. But this is really interesting that someone as high profile as Whoopi could go through this. And now we have someone else. Now, I didn't really go into, I didn't really investigate a lot. I just was so happened to be going through YouTube and I see that someone's name was brought up in one of the videos I was watching. Al Rogan, I think that's his name. The Rogan Show, yeah. And I've watched the Rogan Show on and off. I would say um, before COVID. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that word. But yeah, I used to watch it. He seems like a cool dude. He gets a lot of guys on the show and they just talk. Well, he's very popular. I didn't realize how popular he was, but yeah, he's extremely popular. And he allegedly said something in a uh, past show. And you know that there's something. Uh, See, I don't know enough about it, so I really can't say, and I don't want to be wrong. So, if any of you know what it was, it was it about the possibility of using a pejorative against a certain group, and that he used it in the context of um, what was that, to explain something that he was in character or something like that. But it was something that he was like demonstrating or something. But either way, he allegedly said something, and he's getting he's going to be punished. Something with a lot of money. A lot of money is involved in this too. Oh, what's it? Something with Spotify. Yeah, that's new to me. Spotify. I've never used Spotify. So if any of you know about this Spotify, what happened, you can write it in the comment section, in the chat room, if you know, in short, what actually happened, the details what happened. But money is involved, and maybe they're gonna pull his channel or pull the yeah, but it's worth a lot of money. A lot of money is at stake with him. Wow. You have see, there's there is a thing called what they call political correctness, and then there's people who are communicating to explain certain things, not that they are a participant of an ugly act. You know what I'm saying? This is New York City. I don't know where Rogan lives. Where his channel is. Where it's produced. But you have the internet, which is so international. International interviews all types of people. Whoopi goes out with addresses all different types of people. New York City, as I mentioned in the beginning of this live stream, all types of people, archetypes that are discussed. And you just go outside and see all types of people. And yes, we got to learn about each other. And that's what makes New York City very exciting. I love actually the diversity in it, all different types of food. I like it. It's not boring. But we're imploding on ourselves. We are imploding. The thing that actually makes us strong is being used to make us weak, make us anything. Someone scratched their nose. Oh, you're making fun of me. Or this. I mean, we're getting out of control. There are situations where people mean to hurt other people. They say exactly what they say to hurt other people, or reckless what they say to hurt other people. That's different. Now it's like we're afraid to say anything, and I think this is part of the social engineering to make us all so afraid of each other, to not even say hello anymore to one another, and we're staying stuck at home. Just look at myself. I don't remember me staying at home as often. Some years back, I took the winter off, and stayed at home. And I said to myself that I won't do that again because when I went to go outside, like it was in April, I went out, my muscles were sore. I just walked maybe a quarter of a mile and back, and my legs were hurting because I was out of condition. And I said, from now on, I'm going to make sure I walk in the winter and with my little guys here. My little babies here that you see. See them? Those little babies? Yeah. But now it's like the desire for me to go outside. It's been rainy lately, and I don't want my little babies, my little doggy woggies, I don't want them wet, to get wet, and it's freezing out there. It's cold enough to rain, but then when that rain hits you, you're going to freeze to death. And I guess with the health conditions now that's being pushed out there, I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to take a chance on them or myself. Yeah, see how the fear works? Um, Things that you would do, but then because of, socially with the social environment, that, hey, you stay in. And maybe it's for my better. Hey, stay at home, um, just cuddle up. I've been just um, submerge myself in videos, and I really don't want to do that. I mean, I like watching videos, but I really want to do more. But I'm hooked on it. I really want to do more reading. See, I have books here. Let me turn it. These are books. And this drawer here, I have tons of books that I want to read. I'm just trying to psych myself up to read it. Yeah, let me take another sip. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still navigating. I gotta drink all this. Yeah, I gotta drink all my water. Yeah, guys and gals, it's very, very dry here in New York City. Yeah, you want to stay hydrated, especially with a lot of, so-called, viruses or bacterial things. You want to flush out your body. Yeah, I have a little bit of ginger and turmeric in here and my minerals. Yeah, I try to do all that in the morning, at least the first thing. But I see that I need more water. By like I drink this water, but like by 2 p.m., 3 p.m., I start to feel dry again. But that's around the time when I'm going to eat my dinner. If I'm going to have a dinner, that's around the time I prepare my dinner. But I don't want to have a lot of water in my stomach, if I'm going to be eating food. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm saddened about yeah, again, I don't know exactly what happened with Joe Rogan, but he seems like a cool dude, and I get the impression they want you to vilify him. There are things that are done in ignorance to um, stepping on somebody's toe. Sometimes we walk in life, and we may accidentally bump someone and offended them in the process. They got frazzled when they were bumped into, or the foot stepped on the foot. I'm sure many of us know of people who really mean harm. And all my life, I had to juggle jobs, things that as a black woman, that any if you offend anybody or they consider that you're challenging them. I'm a very passive person. in my spirit. I used to be so afraid of people, so timid. You think, boy, Spirit Journey talks a lot in her videos. Yeah, I talk on screen, but growing up, I was afraid of people. I was what you call an extremely shy person, and I was shy in the workforce. Intimidated. Yeah, I was very timid and afraid of these people. I was, at one point in my life, I was like the youngest person. I was very newbie. And here in the big city like this, yeah, you'll get walked over and you're exploited sometimes. And I was exploited a lot of times. I've lost many jobs, many jobs. And I think most of it is really due to racism. And if you don't jump how they want you to, uh, you try to stand up for yourself, you get squashed. And this is the world that I was raised in. And I'm sure with Whoopi, and she's much older than me, I'm sure she faced a lot of things. And being a particular race, especially black in America, there are rules that are, you start to understand the politics and the things that you can and can't do. And they make sure in business certain things. If you're hired by a private company, see in the private sector, there's not a lot of blacks in private sector. You find in New York City, much of the blacks work for the city. My very first job, I worked for the city. I had a friend of the family's niece help me get in a job, which was really nice of her. I hope if I see her that I thank her. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know anything about business or how you dress for a job. I knew nothing. So it's real. So with me in New York City, I show that I see an evolution of myself, an evolution of becoming more aware, of understanding of why certain events happen in my life. It was and is a learning experience. And what am I learning now? Now I'm learning um, you can't say anything to anybody because it's purposely being used against you. Not that they care about that someone may have offended somebody. Now it's being used as a political weapon of destruction over someone's career, whether it be 20, 30, 40 years or more, and to ruin their reputation. And I feel that's not fair. I feel it's not fair. So if someone really doesn't like you, or let's say you're getting too big for your bridges, what they can do now, since you have fancier computers that could scan someone's whole database of keywords or words that sound like triggering words, and then whammo, and then put on uh, front news that so and so said something. And it's like a tit for tat. A tit for tat. Okay, you had Whoopi last week. Okay, now this week you're going to have Joe Rogan. So now you got the duality. You have the black and the white, and they're pitting black and white, black and white. And it's really stupid. It's stupid. And I hope you New Yorkers and Americans alike could see through the garbage. We had a world crisis, a world crisis out there where you even now having young people jumping off a balcony And they haven't even really, really scratched the surface of greatness, personal greatness. They just started 2 years ago, 30 years old. And the stress that's being put on people these days. We could do better than that, people. We need one another. We're all stressed out. And what happens when you get stressed? You may say things that might be a little colorful in language, right? We can get a little colorful. We're cranky. We're in the sandbox and we're throwing sand and sometimes accidentally having sand go in someone's eyes. Sometimes it might be deliberate, but the 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 the, the time and season, we are being manipulated to act certain ways. When you're trapped at home, whether you're self-imposed to stay at home or forced to stay at home, it's still being at home. You need out. You need the fresh air. You need that, and it affects you. I feel it's infecting me. I said, "Wow, how I felt yesterday." Yeah. How are my dogs? Even my dogs that you see here. You see three of them. One on the left, the right, and one down below. They're even getting kind of edgy at times. The big ones, the Lavender, the Pekingese, and Lily, the Havanese. Yeah, they fight more. Yes, my little doggies could have skirmishes. Even dogs can fight. Even my dogs are getting cranky because they're not going out as much because mommy um, wants to stay at home because it's been below freezing and rainy almost every day. And when I go out, I like to go early in the morning, and that's when it's raining, drizzling, um, the clouds are out, and I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to go out there. Let me get another sip. Yeah, so I just feel that we have to. I hope the yeah okay the just making sure that the volume was up. Okay, I hope it's recording that you can hear. Um, we deserve better on this planet. We deserve better. What are you gonna have? Let's say 20 years from now, when we think back on this the past 2 year season. What are we gonna say? We're gonna say, "Wow, I did that. Wow, I felt that way. Wow, I stayed home all that time." Boy, that would make anyone buggy. Yeah, please don't get fooled. And I say this to myself as well. Don't get fooled with the hype. They want us all trigger finger. They want us to mistrust one another. They want us angry all the time. They want us to neglect our health because you're so afraid to get something that you actually stop paying attention to your hygiene and all this other stuff. You do stress eating. Have any of you been stress eating? It happens. It happens. Yeah, I love my country. I love New York City. And sometimes we might get on each other's nerves, but I like I like seeing us. I like seeing the different archetype people here in New York City. We need each other. We may not realize, but we need each other. We need each other. Yeah, don't let them try to take away our country. I feel that there's this system out there that's trying to destroy our country. They want to pull us down. They want us to do graffiti. Stop the graffiti. Let's let's learn how to fight this fight with putting love in our heart. I don't want see you lose everything when you lose love. I pray for myself and the listener of this video to put love in your heart, to put love in your heart, to love yourself, and to learn to for us to see at least something good in others. Someone shared me that a couple of days ago, and I thought it was amazing because I saw what was happening. I started to see ugliness in everything. And I think Miss USA, who tragically died a week ago, wow, a week ago today, actually. Yeah. Excuse me. She probably started to see the ugliness in things. So let us try to see something good in ourselves and to see good in others in hopes of overcoming this system. Yeah, because they want us to hate each other and hate ourselves. We're too good. We're too smart for that. We're too smart to really. We don't truly hate one another. This is a great nation. This is potentially a fantastic nation. But you have politics. Let's go beyond the politics. Sorry, sorry. Let's get beyond the politics, people. Yes, let's learn. And at times, if you accidentally bump some, just say, I'm sorry. We all made mistakes. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes daily. And I say, boy, please help me do better next time. I don't think any of us truly wants to hurt people. Some of us do. Uh, and those people will be handled. But I think most of us, we just want to work, come home, take care of our families, maybe to share a little bit of, if you have a social media, maybe to share something close about yourself, something about yourself, to teach one another about themselves, about your culture. There could be things that we other people may not understand, and they could be misinterpreting a certain behavior or certain things that are being said. If you're one of those type of people who think they're being misunderstood, maybe do a little video. Say, hey, this is in my culture, we do this, we do that, something. I think people are really interested about other people's culture and ways of doing things for understanding. New York, we like to try new things, new foods, and things like that. I think everybody, I want to embrace that everybody has something positive to share about themselves and their communities. Yeah, it's really beautiful outside. And I wanted to do this video because, I've been noticing the seasons that, Every day now in this season, that sunrise comes out earlier and earlier by one, like what, one digit. So like yesterday's sunrise was 7:01 a.m. and so today is 7 a.m. Isn't that exciting? It's exciting. This is a big world. And maybe to learn about the sea, I took it for granted. I took everything for granted. But it's predictable. A lot of things are predictable in the season. Hey, go with the flow. Get out there in nature when you can. Maybe I'll try to go out today. I don't know yet. It is cold out there. Yesterday it was freezing. It was freezing in my apartment. I opened up the windows a little bit. Yeah, what I like to do now, it's symbolic. Um, I open up the windows and to let the new air into my space. And then I have the front door open. So it goes in and comes out. And it's symbolic of sweeping away the stale air from yesterday and bringing in fresh air, new air, revitalizing air. Yeah, so it's symbolic that yesterday was yesterday. Let's bring in today. In your living space, especially like in your bedroom, the air gets stale. I mean, it's four of us in here, my three dogs and myself, and the air could get really stale. So open it up, try to get all the stale air out, and bring in the new air. Yes. So maybe you guys could do little rituals in the morning that is revitalizing to you to promote wellness of body, soul, and spirit. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be it looks pretty outside right now. Yeah, you can see the sun reflecting off the buildings. Yes, 7, lucky 7, lucky 7. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, I can't think of anything else to say, but but yeah, let us try to love one another, love ourselves, and if you need to talk to somebody, there are numbers out there that you can call information in your city. If crisis hot we call hotline in case you need that special, someone that you just got to talk to. Yeah, you are special, no matter what people tell you. People might say to you, you're not anything, or you're nothing. You are something. You are something special. That there's a little spark of pure light in you. Focus on that little light, and that light will grow. Whatever what you focus on, grow. So let us focus on something that is pure and clean so that it will grow in our lives. Okay? I thank you again for this opportunity to welcome Sunday morning, February 6th, 2022, the 7 o'clock sunrise, 7 a.m. sunrise. Yes. Peace, love, and joy to us all. Okay? Until next time, bye bye.